And you probably already know what this is about. I mean, I already hinted with the teaser trailer, with the teaser little commercial episode, and to be fair, the opening quote is from a guy in the Headhunter Nation organization, and I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be interesting. It really is. This topic is actually a bit of an interesting topic because, let's face it, tanks are awesome. Why are they awesome? It's not because of America. It's not because of Texas, because let's face it, Texas makes a better tank. It's not because of the hulking firepower with the heavy armor and the awesomeness, the autocannons, the machine guns, the loud bombs and bangs and makes. That just got awkward and creepy real fast. No, what I really want to talk about here is the evolution we've taken. From a simple cardboard tank to an ATV souped up to look like a Sherman. Really cool, I'm not gonna lie, that's really fucking awesome. All the way down to the military grade stuff that is used in military simulation events. There are a lot of good examples. From Fulda Gap to Copperhead, from Operation Irene to Lord knows how many other events, tanks have been a prevalent presence in our sports, from paintball to airsoft. So, how far can we go now? I think the real question comes, how far are we wanting to go? Now, before you bring up the issue of safety, it's alright. Safety measurements have already been put into place with tanks as well as any other kind of mechanized infantry or any kind of mechanized units. I think the real prevalence comes to insurance, really. But even then, that's okay, because that's checked off already. But I think the real thing is cost. Because most of these tanks you see, and it costs anywhere from $100 to make to roughly damn near $1,500 or even $1,300. But the one I'm talking about is none other than the Kuratas. Or the Kurats. The Kuratas is a huge mechanized warrior that is made by a company for whose name I shall not pronounce, but I will put here and right here, so that way you guys can read what they are. This company is amazing. They are stationed out of Japan, and they make this mech. And they've already shown in their little thing that I'm probably playing off to the left here, or my left, your right, that they're making this mechanized warrior not just for military or, just airsoft or paintball use. They're also making it for construction, they're also making it for search and rescue, fire and rescue, the whole prevalence is anything. There's even a version for riot control, which is a scary thought. Although at the same time kind of a comforting thought. It's a mixed bag for me, for a giant hulking robot to have a riot shield and a frickin' gas gun and a tear gas launcher. Again, a scary thought, but at the same time kind of a comforting thought for law enforcement, because that saves their lives. But you're not here for that, are you? And that's a completely different discussion video for another day. No, what you're here about is whether or not this thing could actually be integrated into the sports. And from when I asked the question on all the social media sites, from YouTube to Facebook to Twitter, the astounding yeses have been overwhelming. The support for the technology behind it is overwhelming. The sheer fact that there is a mega battle coming up between the Kuratas and a Megabot Mark II is extremely huge. But I think a big one comes now. What is the actual price tag on this bad boy? Well, before I even touch on the price tag, because believe me, I want to touch on that price tag, why don't we go ahead and look over the specs of it? This sucker is a hulking beast. This thing has a one-pilot seat. It can be controlled with any 3G smartphone, which is not a good example. This is a simple little key phone. But yeah, it can be controlled by your own damn cell phone. That's cool! And then it can be remotely activated. It can be remotely controlled. You can even talk in this thing. I mean, you could be sitting there firing at some dudes, and your mom call you up and say, hey, I need you to pick up some milk on your way home. And you're like, yeah, okay, Mom, gotta go. And then you're sitting there mowing them down still. That is some crazy cool shit. That is some Futurama level... No, not even Futurama. That is some Star Trek level grade shit there, man. Damn. Now, I know what you're already saying, but Al, what's the price tag and why is this relevant? I'm getting to that. Now, this thing is huge. I'm talking huge. This sucker is roughly 20 feet tall. And you need a step ladder or even a ladder to try and get in this thing. Now, while it cannot walk, it can drive. It's a four-wheel drive mechanized infantry warrior that can go roughly anywhere from 20 mile to 30 mile an hour. That's cool. But it runs on a huge diesel engine, which means trying to fit this thing indoors and not suffocation well, I wouldn't say a suffocation hazard, but you get what I'm saying, guys. There's definitely an EPA standard on that sucker that you need. But at the same time, I think we can all agree that this thing's friggin' awesome. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. Gaze upon the wonder of the Kuratas. Now, what is its specs outside of the obvious speed, height, and weight? Because this sucker weighs 4 metric tons. It's actually a little bit more simple, really. No, I'm not lying. This sucker is simple to control. I mean, any idiot could actually... Hell, there are... Now, I don't got any videos or photos of this, so look this up on YouTube yourself. There are children in Japan learning how to use mechanized infantry units. No lying, there are 3-year-olds learning how to use this shit. That's cool. And obviously, there's a lot more to it. And yes, there is. The firing mechanism, for example. And that's what scares me. And this is what's scary, because the way you fire this thing, you have to simply smile. No, I'm not lying here, guys. Even in the video here, which I will play a clip of it right here. Just right here, okay? Are you know what? Better yet. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically do this.
When alignment set properly, the system will fire BBs when the pilot smiles. The feature is called the...
Pretty sadistic, guys. I mean, that is pretty messed up. Now, this is where it gets a little bit intense, because a friend of mine, because one of the guys actually commented on it, and I completely missed this. This will not be an outdoor vehicle. No, I shit you not, this will not be an outdoor vehicle. Let me tell you why. It needs to be on leveled concrete thing. I mean, granted, yes, it's shown in clips being under, but those are roads. Those are meant to be leveled. Those are meant to be smooth. It has little wheels, well, roughly motorcycle wheels in a sense, you know, just little scooters, little mopeds, go me wheels. And then you got the suspension, which you're sitting in a cockpit of a tanker seat. What suspension are we talking about here? But at the same time, I think the real thing that's keeping people from buying this thing is the price tag. Because the price tag is $1,353,500. You were correct. $1.5 million. Oh, you know what? $1 million is how much this bad boy is. I can understand why, because the accessibilities for this thing is outrageous. You can get custom paint jobs for this sucker. You can get a custom head, custom riot shield, custom gun, custom rocket launcher, custom miniguns, custom grenade launchers, custom spikes, custom bunker busters. The list is huge, okay? The best way I can describe it is take this, for example, from here all the way down to the ground, and then all the way down to the first floor, and then to the basement. That is half of the accessories you can have on this bad boy. I'm talking custom engines, custom wheels, custom suspension, custom fucking everything, and that just racks up the price up more. Again, $1,353,500 and $500. That's stock, which is the miniguns and the robot itself. That's it. So is that killing the idea of having it? No, not really. In paintball and airsoft, there are, in fact, the cheapy mechs, which I don't want to call them cheap because it's actually kind of nice for people to do it, where they'll get up and these cardboard boxes have armorized legs and everything like that, and they will have a paintball gun in the middle, and we like, get that. And once again, the rules have already been in place. So technically speaking, if the Kuratas was bought by an American group, our nation, excuse me, then maybe, it could work. Believe me. I'm just naming off these places because I know these places mess with some awesome mechanized stuff. And I'm talking rock crawlers and everything else. Nevada, northern Texas, fucking hell, just the Mojave area in general. Even California. And yes, there are rock crawlers in California. And let me tell you now, this sort of stuff is just wondering to the eyes. This sort of stuff is just amazing for the mind. And when I posted the picture of this thing up on the Headhunter Nation Facebook page, people were saying, what's the tech? I want the tech. It wasn't the robot itself, it was the technology behind it I think they were fascinated about. And I loved it. I love that these people didn't say, holy shit, a robot! I get to shoot shit now! They weren't looking at that, they were looking at the technological possibilities of this thing. And to be fair, I like the Kuratas better than the American Megabot Mark II. For many reasons, which is going to be, once again, another video for another day. But what are my final thoughts on this? Well, we already have the rules and established in place for mechanized units. And the Kuratas, or any kind of mechanized warrior that is a gasoline engine or even electrical engine powered vehicle, is already in place for something like this. We already have the safety standards for it as well as the insurance for it. So what's stopping us? Outside the big ass price tag. I guess it could be for once again it's not outdoor use, but I think at the same time you can get it customized for outdoor combat or even urban sprawl combat, because that's mainly what the Kuratas is, including its law enforcement variants, are used for. Mostly crowd control and possibly other things. There's even a farming variant, which is kind of hilarious, but I kind of can see. So, really, I guess the final thing I could say on this subject is this. Just give it a try. Give it a shot. Somebody, Evike, Vulcan, Elite Force, anybody really, some big team, some big company, buy the Kuratas and give it a field trial. Give it a shot. I want to see one of these bad boys in action on the field. And believe me, if I had the ability to, I'd buy that sucker myself. No freaking line, I'd buy one myself and just be driving around all day. But aside from that, though, I guess we just have to wait and see what the future holds. It's 2016 already, and it's February. Just the beginning of 2016. Who knows what the future has in store for us? And with the robot battle coming in June, we'll see which one comes out on top. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Airsoft Al, and this video has been brought to you by Headhunter Nation. Headhunter Nation. We don't take names, we take heads. Until next time, guys.
Be cool, be cool, be cool.